Imagine a world lit not by the soft glow of a candle, but by the raw, crackling power of lightning, harnessed and tamed. Picture a future where energy is limitless, wireless, and free for all of humanity. This wasn't the dream of a science fiction writer. It was the obsession of a man who claimed he could split the earth in two, a man who conversed with pigeons, and who envisioned a world we are only now beginning to build. He was a visionary, an outcast, a showman, and a recluse. This is the story of Nikola Tesla, the man who invented the 20th century, only to die forgotten and alone in a New York hotel room. Was he a misunderstood genius, a prophet of the modern age? Or was he a man whose brilliant mind finally succumbed to the shadows of his own imagination? Born at the stroke of midnight during a fierce lightning storm in 1856 in what is now Croatia, Tesla's life seemed destined for electricity from the very beginning. The midwife reportedly said, "He'll be a child of the storm," to which his mother replied, "No, of light." Young Nikola was a prodigy, possessing a photographic memory and an uncanny ability to visualize complex inventions in his mind, down to the last screw, before ever building a prototype. He didn't just think. He saw entire machines running inside his head. While his peers played with toys, Tesla was mentally constructing alternating current motors, a concept that would soon ignite a war and electrify the globe. After dazzling his professors in Europe, Tesla set his sights on the land of opportunity, America. He arrived in New York in 1884 with just 4 cents in his pocket, a book of his own poetry, and a letter of recommendation to the most famous inventor of the age, Thomas Edison. The letter simply read, "My dear Edison, I know 2 great men, and you are one of them. The other is this young man." Edison, the pragmatic wizard of Menlo Park, was impressed by Tesla's brilliance but wary of his radical ideas. He hired Tesla, promising him $50,000, a fortune at the time, if he could improve Edison's inefficient direct current, or DC, generators. Tesla worked tirelessly, redesigning the machines and dramatically boosting their output. When he went to collect his promised reward, Edison allegedly laughed, saying, "Tesla, you don't understand our American humor." The promise was a joke. Betrayed and broke, Tesla quit. This wasn't just a dispute over money. It was the first spark in what would become the War of the Currents. Edison championed his DC system, which required power plants on nearly every city block. Tesla, however, had a far grander vision: alternating current, or AC. AC could travel hundreds of miles with minimal power loss, making it vastly superior for lighting the entire country. After a brief period of digging ditches to survive, Tesla found a backer in George Westinghouse. Together, they challenged Edison's DC empire. The war turned ugly. Edison, desperate to prove AC was dangerous, began a smear campaign. He publicly electrocuted stray dogs, cats, and even an elephant named Topsy with AC to frighten the public. He tried to coin the term Westinghoused for being electrocuted. But Tesla and Westinghouse fought back with a dazzling display of AC's power and safety. The turning point came at the 1893 Chicago World's Fair. While Edison proposed lighting the fair with 1,000,000 expensive DC light bulbs, Westinghouse, using Tesla's AC system, underbid him dramatically. That night, when President Grover Cleveland flipped a switch, 100,000 AC-powered incandescent lamps bathed the White City in an unprecedented ethereal glow. It was a spectacle of light never before seen on Earth. The crowd of thousands gasped in awe. The war was over. Tesla's AC had won. It became the standard for power grids worldwide and remains so to this day. Every time you flip a light switch, you are using the system Tesla fought for. With the world now powered by his system, Tesla turned his attention to even bolder ideas. He established a laboratory in Colorado Springs, a high-altitude location perfect for his atmospheric electricity experiments. Here, he built a massive magnifying transmitter, a gigantic coil that would shoot 130-foot bolts of lightning into the sky, creating man-made thunder that could be heard 15 miles away. Local residents watched in terror and awe as the air around the lab crackled with energy and blue coronas flickered around metal objects. During one experiment, he drew so much power that he caused a massive blackout across the entire city. But Tesla wasn't just putting on a light show. He was convinced he had detected signals from another planet, perhaps Mars. He was trying to achieve his ultimate dream: wireless global communication and power transmission. He believed he could use the Earth itself as a giant conductor to send energy to any point on the planet for free. With funding from banker J.P. Morgan, Tesla began construction on Wardenclyffe Tower on Long Island. This 187-foot tower was meant to be the first in a global network of wireless transmitters, broadcasting not just messages, but electricity itself to the entire world. Imagine charging your phone simply by holding it, with power drawn from the air around you. This was Tesla's vision over a century ago. But when Morgan realized that free energy for everyone meant no way to put a meter on it and charge for it, he pulled his funding. The project collapsed. Wardenclyffe, Tesla's magnificent dream, was sold for scrap to pay off his debts. It was a crushing blow from which he would never fully recover. The latter half of Tesla's life was a slow descent into obscurity. While Guglielmo Marconi was being celebrated for inventing the radio, using 17 of Tesla's own patents, a fact the U.S. Supreme Court would later confirm after Tesla's death, the true father of wireless communication was living in a series of New York hotels, his mind still overflowing with ideas but his funds depleted. He became increasingly eccentric, obsessed with the number 3, and claimed to be developing a death ray, a particle beam weapon he called Teleforce, which he hoped would end all war. He spent his final years in the company of pigeons, which he fed daily in Bryant Park. He claimed to love one particular white pigeon, as a man loves a woman, and was heartbroken when she died. On January 7, 1943, Nikola Tesla died at the age of 86, alone in room 3327 of the Hotel New Yorker. Soon after his death, the FBI seized all of his papers, trunks, and scientific notes, classifying many of them as top secret. To this day, many of those documents have not been released to the public, fueling countless theories about what incredible, or perhaps dangerous technologies the world was deprived of. So was Nikola Tesla a madman? Or was he a genius so far ahead of his time that his world simply couldn't keep up? He gave us AC power, radio, remote control, fluorescent lighting, and the fundamentals for robotics and wireless technology. His mind operated on a plane of existence few could comprehend. He dreamed of a world of abundance and connection, a world powered by the very forces of nature. Perhaps he wasn't mad. Perhaps the madness lies in a world that could let such a brilliant mind, a man who gave us so much, die alone and forgotten. The light he brought to the world continues to shine, a constant reminder of the visionary who saw the future in a flash of lightning. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey into the incredible life of Nikola Tesla. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history's most compelling figures. Let us know in the comments what you think, genius, madman, or something else entirely. We'll see you in the next one.